So we all are horrified that 10-day-old puppies are being sold and shipped across the country, that they die because nobody really cares. And there's a system to support it, but we're not exercising the system. We are horrified when our personal choice, our constitutional choice to keep a companion pet is challenged. Now, is this leadership perhaps only from the point of view of ignition?
Yeah.
No?
And that's the most important.
Yes, I believe so. But did all of us feel it in the same way at the same time? What I do with it is different. So, for example, the moment the Not Without My Dog campaign happened, there were 4 things I did. This is my basic, my basic thinking, which is comes from business, from strategy or whatever, which is summarize what's the problem, figure out what can be done, set up a group that is an action group that can do something about it, get into reassuring the public that is getting extremely concerned, have a go-to person, create one place, which is like a change.org petition, where people can go in and, sort of at least record their frustration, right? So that's what I think I created. Within a few minutes, when Sanjana called, we already got this going. And, obviously she and I were on the same thought thing. And Not Without My Dog just happened. The name happened by accident because I was making a summary of 10 things we have to do, and I didn't know what to title it. And I put, the first thing that came to mind, Not Without My Dog. And that was it. That hashtag remained. So there are always those moments of, where you can hang your hat on something, and those happen. So the reason I'm mentioning it is the ignition can happen.
Yeah.
But was this a campaign that was led by a person? No, this is a leaderless campaign, simply because it is run by the purpose that set it up in the first place. How does it matter what Shruti is doing or how she's doing it, or whether she's listening or not? Because she's driven by the same purpose. So what she does has to be right? So leadership in its more traditional form perhaps is not reflected in a campaign like this. But let's jiggle things around a little bit. Let's apply it to our normal business life. Now, if you're running a business, now let's look at somebody like yourself. You're running a business which involves pets, which involves animals, and something that you're passionate about. Now, you surround yourself by people who have that same kind of feeling. And once you establish your vision, you're saying, hey, listen, this is really where I want to go. And this is where I see Float going 5 years from now. And this is how I'd like to be recognized, and how we could be remembered, and how we could impact. Your team around you is ignited by the same desire.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You are not the leader anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are leaders driven by a vision of which you are one.
Yeah.
So this leaderless yet led system is something which I feel is the is perhaps one of the odd kind of terms that have emerged through my experience in social campaigning. Civic campaigning has really made me understand that you cannot ever expect to be led. There will be one person today, there'll be another person tomorrow. Today, I would say Not Without My Dog is not just success. The impact of that is not because of what it did for the 2 dogs per apartment ridiculous rule that BBMP got, but it was about making people suddenly very aware that if you need to fight, whether for your trees or for your dogs, this is the mechanism that you need to do to fix it. And suddenly hundreds of people were doing what they should be doing.
Yeah.
And that is success. That is success. It is not about the campaign being successful. It is about the empowering of hundreds of other people who felt like, hey, you know what? Doable.